You're looking something out too. That's
Just
totally
mute.
fine. Just
Yeah.
mute. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I was
are we
just trying
live
to
on
do it
YouTube
before we
and
did
everywhere?
everything.
We are going to be live everywhere, yeah. So we can post in the Discord. We're officially live right now. So hey, everybody.
Chambers, the fuck you eating? Mashed potatoes.
Mashed
Nuts.
potatoes.
I could tell.
Just
baby.
just
Homemade
mashed
or instant?
potatoes.
Oh,
Yeah.
mashed potatoes, the
That's
goated
all I had time to
Thanksgiving side
make.
of all time.
The man that like blew his load
No,
on
it's-
gravy doesn't have gravy with his mashed potatoes.
I didn't have time to make some delicious. God damn it!
Did it?
Chambers came
What a
here
dinner.
to get attacked.
Fucking
What a
schmuck,
dinner.
baby. All right, should we clap in the real quick, Lucas?
Yeah, let's clap in. 3, 2, 1. Okay,
All right.
cool. Let's get. Let me link this to the Discord. But Matt, you can go ahead and get us started.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Hey everyone, it's Matt,
And this is Lucas,
and this is Thanks for Playing.
the podcast where we break down the most iconic video games the world has to offer.
Ho! Woo! Little delayed there. Little glitch in the simulation. there
I'm
on
trying to
Lucas's
like
end, but,
manage Twitch chat at the same time. So
you're
my
good,
apologies.
baby. You're good. We got a fun one today, everyone. We got a really big fun one today. But first, we got a lot of special guests on this one. We're just gonna go through the row here. Timron, what's up, baby?
Hey, how's it going? Life is good, I think.
Life is
Maybe,
good.
maybe not. You know what? It's fine. We're good. Fantasy's cool.
wow.
I'm cool. I'm here with you guys. Yeah, whatever. Move on.
Sick.
That sounded really great. Okay, yeah.
Little bit.
I'll-
Seasonal
all right,
depression is
Tim.
real, boys.
Yeah, Tim, cheer us up, baby. How you doing?
What's up, everybody? Happy holidays from the
There
number
it
one
is.
seed in the TFP Fantasy League. Let's go!
Yep.
Ooh,
You know, my
Your
team is
ass.
coming alive at the very end, which is
Pretty
pretty
boy.
upsetting.
Fraud
Bitch.
watch.
Pretty boy.
Soft.
I'm really happy to be here. Really happy to be here.
And last but not least, Chambers, the milkman, Milk Daddy. How you doing?
Oh, I'm feeling milky,
Hell
full
yeah.
dairy. I'm good
Yeah.
today, and I'm here with my
Hell yeah.
friends.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yes.
It's a great Tuesday to be
love it.
recording here right now.
So big episode. So we got a follow up to the Game Awards here. Obviously, well, the game announcements, I should say. About 10 minutes
game
of actual
ads.
game announcement, game award stuff, and then
ads.
about an hour and a half of game announcements, and about 40 minutes of Jeff Keighley jerking himself off to Kojima. That's pretty much sums up the whole event, honestly. But before we dive into that, everyone, I think obviously, along with what we've been playing, I think December is like a pretty, it's a pretty big gaming month. It's getting darker sooner. We know Lucas gets really into his RuneScape. That's like his tradition that he goes on. So I'd love to hear from the boys. Do you have like any gaming traditions you get into December? Any like gaming habits that come out once it gets darker? Highlight. What about you?
December is kind of a weird month, at least in the first half, because I work in higher ed. I think it's come up before. And honestly, dude, work gets me so gassed that I actually don't play as much in like the first 2-3 weeks of December. So my gaming time takes a dip, and I'm experiencing that right now. Like, I maybe put in 5 hours of Baldur's
not
Gate
dedicated.
in like the last 2 weeks. Nah, dude. I got bills to pay. I got work to do. But then the beautiful thing is, finals week comes and goes. Work like super decreases as people kind of shuffle off on vacation. I get to work from home all next week. So I anticipate that my gaming time is going to
fuck
spike.
yeah.
So usually during the holiday
Christmas.
season, Christmas week, New Year's week, I tend to put in a lot of gaming, which I'm looking forward to. So it starts slow and then it like spikes.
Nice.
Right on. Tim, what about you, King?
I'm kind of in the same boat as Timron in the sense that things are a little hectic at work right now, but I try to find the time to game when I can. And then usually what I like to do, because kind of throughout the year, I like to, bounce between different games. But over the last year or so, I'm trying to really focus on, one specific game and just, kind of get through it. And I'm trying to make that my new tradition and just new everything in general. So we'll get to the game in a little bit, but I just try and, fit it in when I can, basically. So
I love it. Milkman.
That's what
how
she
about
said.
You?
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta clip that.
Look at Chambers, baby. That's
Look at
content.
me.
That's content.
It's my turn.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I wouldn't say this is a tradition, but I've retreated to my normie ways recently, and some of my friends have peer pressured me to purchasing Call of Duty.
Oh, you're
I've been
playing COD?
I've been playing COD
Bro,
and,
let's
and
play.
some Warzone. Yeah, let's run it, dude.
It's
Let's
fun.
get some dubs.
It's a good time.
You don't want Matt on
Yeah,
your
let's.
Bro, I'm sick.
I've played Apex with him. I know. how it
Oh
goes.
shit! Okay.
I
I
don't remember I can't remember the last dub I got with you, Chambers. You're not good enough to
Fuck. It's
How are
a-
you liking all the maps
a
that
heavy
you played
backpack.
already?
That
Jeez.
they're honestly the multiplayer sucks. But
And the
it's-
campaign is
it's-
great, right? I heard the campaign. Is
I didn't
really
even
awesome.
download the campaign, so I don't know. But I play the multiplayer for the purpose of leveling up weapons that I want to use in Warzone. That's the only reason I play multiplayer. I do like search and destroy. That's probably the only game mode in Call of Duty I truly think is fun. But yeah, just playing Warzone with the homies. Fortnite as well, honestly. When I say normie ways, I'm serious.
Yeah, you're seriously in the normie
Damn.
zone right now.
And some Rocket League as well, which I will
Nice.
be streaming. I made a friend with a senior in high school
What?
that lives in New Mexico on there. Yeah, I made friends with a
A
stranger
friend?
recently online.
We're not going to clip what you just said about becoming friends with a senior in high school.
They're
We're gonna assume
I don't-
they're of age.
I think you
I keep
should.
it PG.
There's no grooming.
I didn't ask them if they were, but I keep it.
It's
I
like,
keep
by the way,
it
how old did you
PG.
say
I
you were?
made a friend.
Yeah.
Um,
That's what Josh
Oh,
Giddy
yeah.
said.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh no!
Oh no.
ooh, that
So
might-
Milkman
that
is
might
a
be
Josh
clip in.
Giddy of TFP.
Damn. Yeah.
Oh God, you do not want
Love
that
it.
title, Chambers.
Yeah, Chambers. Well,
Okay, wait. So you
Excited.
made a
Josh
so you
Giddy
made a little
walks so
friend.
Chambers could run.
So you made a little friend.
Yeah.
God.
You did.
Okay.
Um,
And
anything else?
he-
It's awful.
That's it.
Is
Well,
that
he
it?
every time I log into Rocket League now, he invites me to play with him. So that's
Okay.
cool. I have like a Rocket League buddy now. That's all it was.
Nice.
There's no.
Okay. Cool.
That's
nothing
all it
devious
is, right?
about the
That's all it
friendship,
is. That's all it is. Let's,
Okay.
let's
That's all
make
it
sure
is.
That's all it
It's-
is.
All right.
Good.
We'll
Innocuous.
take your word for it.
Well, the commissioner will
started
conduct his
playing-
investigation. So
Go ahead,
I
Matt.
just started playing the finals, and I started that last night for the first time.
Yeah.
That game, not gonna lie, boys, it's pretty fun. It is actually exceptionally fun. Yeah, it's like a 3v3, v3, I think 4 squads, or 3 squads of 3 in a match. It's kind of like a capture the flag type thing, but it's super fluid. It's a very dynamic game. It's like, I don't know, I can't explain it. There's a lot of like demolition in it. The environment's very destructible. 3 classes, heavy, light, medium, and I'd say go check it out. It's really fun, especially if you're, looking for new FPS. Maybe you're tired of COD, or maybe you're tired of Apex. I think this is a very fun game, and a very kind of injects a pretty fresh take on a pretty tried genre. So I definitely recommend checking it out. I've been playing a lot of Lethal Company. That game's hella fun.
Yeah,
A little
you
bit
guys
of
are
Call
on
of
Lethal
Duty as
Company.
well. And then what else have I been playing? Those are the main ones. And then I am very excited. I decided I'm going to be streaming Overcooked. Not Overcooked. Well, I have been playing Overcooked. That'd be fun to stream.
Overcooked is
I'm
sick.
gonna
Overcooked would be
stream-
such a
crazy to
good
stream.
That'd be
game.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
gonna.
Good?
It is a good game.
Well, I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's a great game, but
Yeah.
like, man, people get angry.
Oh my gosh, yeah. But no, I'm gonna stream Kingdom Hearts for the podcast. So we've done.
Did you
the-
confuse Overcooked with Kingdom Hearts again?
I did, yeah. I
Yeah,
did.
that's
do
great. So I do that all the
regularly.
time.
I can see
they
how
are
you do
pretty
that.
similar.
Two-
Like
Yeah.
Two good games.
There's like ducks in both of them, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, stoked for that because we did Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 for the podcast, and just with our schedule these days, I feel like it's pretty unlikely we're gonna get to Kingdom Hearts 3 anytime soon. But I've been kind of wanting to play it again, so I figured this would be a good way to do it. And pretty much every Kingdom Hearts game is available on PC now. So once I do 3, I think I'm gonna go backwards and do 3, 2, 1. And that's like a good 60 hours of gaming right there. Actually, more like 80 to be honest. So I'm stoked for it. Some good times
Nice.
ahead.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Some good stuff you're playing.
Oh,
Yeah, for me, I downloaded the finals. I just did like some of the quick play mode, like late Friday afternoon, and I dig it. I think it has a lot of potential. I'll definitely be playing it. It's a free to play game, so just like no harm downloading it or anything. I'm pretty stuck on Apex right now though. Honestly, I got a pretty decent squad right now with the homies Abel and Jeremy. And one thing about the finals that I will say off the bat that makes me sad is it doesn't feel like the world of the finals is as alive as like Apex, and you don't play as a champ in the finals, so you kind of miss like a little bit of the voice lines that you don't realize that you would miss.
You like the voice lines in Apex?
I like playing as a named character
Okay.
in a game. I like
That's
playing
fair.
as a champion in League. I like playing as a hero in Overwatch. I like
Yeah.
playing as an Apex champion in
They
Apex.
offer
Yeah.
a pretty good amount of like customization though on your
I do-
character,
I
where
do
you can
like
kind
that.
of like imprint onto your character. I think.
Yeah. It's a loadout based shooter. So it's like think of like Overwatch or something where it's like an arena shooter that's actually like a somewhat free for all squad based game. But yeah, like Matt said, you can kind of customize your character, which is cool.
All the good Battlefield devs went and made that game. That's why it feels that way.
Yeah, I heard about that. I heard that. And then obviously been playing Alan Wake 2 for the podcast. Alan Wake 2 is pretty cool. Saving thoughts on that for Matt and I's episode later in the month. And then man, old school RuneScape. Did anybody check out the 3-hour long video essay that I sent about why old school RuneScape is cool?
No.
No?
I'm sorry.
Definitely
Yeah.
not.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's
I'll
great.
haven't had a
I'll put it
chance
on
to.
at work.
You guys
tomorrow.
should check it out. You know, it might get you to realize a few things.
Hell yeah. Love
Yeah,
it.
I love
Yeah.
games that make
Can't
you
wait to
watch a
jump in.
video to make you think that the game is good. That's how you know the game is really good. So,
You had to watch a
one of the-
3-hour video to decide who was good or not.
3.5 hour.
Oh.
But no, I
That's
knew the game
longer
was
than
good.
the amount of time I put into the.
I know that the game is good.
Okay, you just
The-
needed the video to convince yourself.
the video is is mind blowing. So everyone should check it out.
No,
Just-
I
there's no way to put it.
the way you briefly described it to me, I am intrigued on it actually. So
The joy of labor.
that's in my my backlog of video essays.
Let's not fucking with what I just said.
Yeah.
No,
No.
bro. I can
Especially
literally
in
do
these
anything
trying
else for
times.
3.5 hours.
In these trying times.
Jesus Christ.
All right, should we dive into it here?
Yeah, we do an auction.
Let's run it.
Okay. So I'm gonna share my screen. Okay.
All right.
And we got some crazy stuff here. This has actually been it was kind of a lot of work putting this together, not gonna lie. I was kind of going through, and you know, I'm the auctioneer. You three are the auctioneers. So as a reminder to everybody,
4?
four. Did I say
4.
3? Okay, you 4.
Yeah.
As a reminder to what the auction was, basically what we did was everybody had a budget of 1,000 fake dollars. Each one of these people was given a variety of games to pick from and auctioned it off. It's like very simple, right? So some people paid a lot of money for really hyped games that may or may have not worked out, and some people got some games on a steal. So we will talk about that here today. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and talk about the analytics of this whole entire thing. Share screen,
Sick.
window. All right, here we go. It feels like I'm working right now. Can everybody see my screen?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Okay.
This must be great to listen to. All right.
All right, here we go. We have 2 unique metrics for everybody involved here tonight. Okay? We have an average Metacritic score, and we have what we're calling the total cost effectiveness. Okay? So my methodology here is each one of you spent money on a game. So for instance, Matt spent $200 on Lies of P in the auction. That is just what the perceived value of Lies of P was. The Metacritic score for Lies of P is 80. Okay, so Matt spent $2.50 per point in order to get Lies of P. Okay, so that's his dollar per point. We total up the dollars per point, so Matt spent a total of $12.43 for his total points, which is 481. We took the overall total of Metacritic scores and averaged it out across all of the games that Matt got to give him his average Metacritic score of 80.17. Okay? So Matt's total cost effectiveness is 12.43. The lower your cost effectiveness, the better you are at drafting. Okay? Because it means that you are able to lock in games at a lower dollar spend. Does everybody follow?
That should be, just a nitpick, that should probably not be called cost effectiveness, because then it sounds like you don't want to be cost effective.
No, the lower your cost effectiveness means the less money you spent, which is good.
I know that number you want to be lower, but when you say it out loud, it sounds like you want to blindly spend money poorly. Because you said the lower cost effectiveness. That means I'm not being cost effective at all. Does that make sense?
Does anybody? I'm not following along with what the milkman
Well, I
is
think I
saying.
know what you're saying. You're saying in terms of total cost effectiveness, you want the number to be lower because you're being more fiscally responsible
Exactly.
when it comes to getting value based on the game that you
Yes.
auctioned.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yes. Exactly. Okay.
I got it.
Okay, you get it.
I think we got it.
Chambers, we could talk about it later. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Take it off. We'll take it
Post-production,
offline. It
fine.
does feel like work right now. We'll take
Okay.
this offline.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. So, yeah, I have everybody. I'm just going to link this to everybody here right now. So let me just go ahead and
I
grab
gotta
this
look
one.
at
You guys
this.
can do whatever you want with this data. I'm going to go ahead and copy the link and put it inside of our Discord chat. Okay. Whoops. I almost put it in the general chat. That would have been crazy. That would have been wild.
Oh,
Oh my god, they'd be jumping all over it.
So,
chomping at the bits.
what I would like from all of you is to go through and defend your picks. Okay, there's some funny stuff here. Some people's numbers are obviously going to be better than other people's numbers, but we're going to be talking through it. Okay, Matt, kick us off here, dude. Talk about the purchases. Talk about the logic.
Yeah, man. So, well, hold on. I'd first like to. Actually, okay, no, I'll just get into it. Assassin's Creed Mirage. So, this was a game I was extremely excited about. Actually, you know, I'm someone that didn't really care for the new direction that the Assassin's Creed games took with what they did with Odyssey and then Valhalla. That kind of RPG style for those games didn't really interest me. So, I was stoked to see that it was going back to its roots with Mirage. Man, oh man, was I disappointed. I played that game for maybe 20 minutes. I was like, you know what? This just doesn't feel good. And I put that bad boy down, and I haven't touched it since.
Wow.
So, you know, I think for some, and, you know, I think maybe in my younger years, maybe like when I was 15 or 16, where I just had more free time to give to games, I think I would have probably really enjoyed this rendition, you know? I think because it would have been less opportunity costs that I could be spent playing other games. But when you're 27, you don't have a lot of time. That one just doesn't hit, which netted me a disgusting 283 on my cost effectiveness.
Pretty high.
It's pretty high. Lies of P. Dark Souls, baby. FromSoft. It's not FromSoft, but it's a Dark Souls or Souls-like game. And,
Might as well be
you know,
FromSoft.
Might as well be
Yeah, it's
FromSoft.
basically
And
a
honestly,
Bloodborne
I
clone.
mean,
This was a big hit, though.
It was
Yeah,
a
no,
big hit. It was
was.
really
It didn't have
popular.
that high of a Metacritic score though. It only had an 80 Metacritic score.
I was surprised when I saw.
I'm
that
a little
spreadsheet.
surprised. Yeah.
Was it a
Remind
bad
me,
game?
Lucas. Metacritic pulls from like what sources again?
All
It literally
sources. Critic.
aggregates everything.
Yeah. This was
Yeah.
the critic score on Metacritic.
Yeah. So, a little bummed to see that only got 80 because you know I think it was very well received. I think the way it was described kind of was that it did no wrong. You know, like it's just really good Souls-like. It doesn't particularly excel. Like it's not breaking the formula in any way, but it does it just very well. Which you know, there's something to be said for that. Which netted me a depressing 250 on my 2.5 on my cost effectiveness there. Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty. You know, I know I paid a lot for this, but
You
know?
you paid 210 for this.
I stand by it because even if you know that is what hurts me a bit, that game was sick as fuck. No, this game was super fun. I mean, it was one of the best expansions I've ever played. Honestly, it truly put Phantom Liberty back on the map. If you go on Twitter now, you'll only see positive things about Cyberpunk and that universe and that world. Hold on, question. Should we not be looking at the average cost effectiveness? Because I'm now, of course, I'm going to have more because Chambers didn't spend all his points or all his dollars.
No.
No. It
Wait, that
work
doesn't make
way.
sense because Chambers is literally getting a better advantage because that he didn't know to spend all his money.
I was frugal, all right?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
you were so pissed. You
I
were
put the
saying-
rest in
No,
my
but he has
401k.
he has more capital, Matt. So his still effective
Yeah.
cost effectiveness, like he didn't spend money on shit, is like what that means.
I have liquidity.
Yeah. It makes
something like
sense.
that.
Oh, it'll make sense when I scroll down in a little
It
bit
do-
and we look at Orion. It still makes sense, Matt.
Okay,
Because
I'm still confused.
because
as fuck by
Hylette went to
this.
the dollar bin at the Hylette went to the dollar bin at the end of the auction, and it shows.
Yeah.
Okay, we will talk about that.
Okay. But yeah,
I don't want to do
Liberty
this
was sick.
Five and
episode
below.
anymore.
Phantom Liberty was
Dollar
sick,
Tree and Five
and
Below.
and it's pretty dope
Yeah.
that it won best ongoing game over a lot of like actual ongoing games. I think that's pretty
Dude,
funny.
that's wild. That's still wild.
So stoked on that. Alan Wake 2. Obviously, we're all playing through that right now. A steal in retrospect at 155. You know, with how many nominations it got,
Honestly.
and I think it won
Yeah.
two or three
It won a
awards.
lot of stuff. It won a lot of awards.
Two or
Too
three
much?
awards, so that was awesome to see.
Actually,
And
yeah.
yeah, working through that one still, so I don't have too much to say about it right now. But for what I've seen, it's pretty sick. Sonic Superstar is oddly very cost effective.
Because you didn't pay shit for it.
Because I didn't pay shit for it. Paid 120, got a Metacritic score of 73 there, coming out for a sweet cost-effective score of $1.64. I haven't touched that game, and I haven't touched. Actually, I have touched. No, I haven't touched that game, and then I've barely played FC 24, which is the new soccer game that came out. So I don't have really much to say about either of those, but I stand by my picks. They're all games that I would play if I had the time. I don't have time for Sonic Superstars, but yeah, I feel good about my picks, despite apparently my overpaying on some of this. So
So to round it out, basically, Matt, your average Metacritic score for all your games comes out to 80.17. Okay, so buying Sonic Superstars and FC24 did hurt you, although you did have a low cost effectiveness with that one. So that's
I
good.
did, yeah.
But at what cost? Is
At
what
what
it
cost?
comes-
Yeah.
is what it means, because you overpaid
yeah,
for a lot of things here. That's what we're seeing.
Yep.
Okay.
I feel good about this though overall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Chambers, I need you to defend. I needed you to talk about your picks here. Let's
I
go through
don't
it.
I don't need to defend them because they're great, but I'll talk about them.
Oh, Payday 3, I forgot.
Oh yeah,
a rough
Payday
one.
3. That is the most upsetting thing on my list. Okay, so
You guys
for
love
people
Payday
who aren't
3.
No, I
you
like
guys were,
it. It's
you guys
just-
were playing
Yeah.
Was
the
it-
hell out of that game for a week. Remember that?
for people who aren't looking at the spreadsheet and just listening, I got Super Mario Wonder, Payday 3, Super Mario RPG, and Counter Strike 2. Quite a sweet quartet of games, I must say. But I got a decent cost effectiveness score. I'm very happy with my Super Mario Wonder pick. I wish it would have been more in the zeitgeist of culture than it was, but I haven't even played it, but it seems like a pretty fucking cool game.
It is.
Everyone that has played it seems to love it. Payday 3 got a Metacritic score of 67, which I think is absolute BS. That it is a fun game. I don't know anyone who has not enjoyed the game when they've played it. So I don't know why it got such
Are
a
you
low
still
score.
playing it?
I think yeah.
yeah, you're playing it. Is anyone?
Yeah, I got like
is
100
anyone
hours
here
So
playing Payday 3?
convincing.
Anyone?
Yeah.
I'm waiting
Yeah.
for new content.
Okay.
I
Okay.
loved it so much I went through all the content.
Yeah.
That's
I
my
hate-
problem.
I hate when that happens.
So I think that if that was justifiably rated how it should be, then my cost effectiveness score would be where it should be.
What do you think Payday 3 should be? Like, what
Um,
Metacritic score do you honestly think it should get?
Judging from other games, the fact that FC24 got a 75 and Assassin's Creed Mirage got a 76, I think that you could give this game like a 78 at least.
Okay. It didn't move your cost effectiveness that much.
What if you put it at 90?
Okay.
Bro.
Payday's a 90?
How about
It could be.
95?
It lowered your
Well,
cost effectiveness less than $1.
All right. Well,
But the average Metacritic score is lit if in a
Yeah.
alternative universe we're
Yeah.
constructing.
yeah,
You spent a lot of money on Payday 3. That's the issue.
I
here.
did.
You
I
spent
thought
more
it was
money
gonna.
on Payday 3 than Matt did on Alan Wake.
I did. I didn't really know anything about Alan Wake, so I thought that Matt made a bad decision there, and I thought Payday 3 would really make waves in streaming, which it didn't. I think streamers really missed a golden opportunity there.
Yeah, it didn't pay off.
It
Not
didn't-
all purchases
Payday
pay
did
off.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't the biggest payday
But
of the year. Super Mario RPG, I don't know anything about it, but it seems to have gotten a decent score, so I'm happy with that. And then Counter-Strike 2, really, I was banking on that just like breaking gaming for this year. I was banking on most of my games doing that, but this one especially, and it just seems like the tryhards like play it, and that's about it. I thought more people would play it for longer, and yeah, that makes me sad. I'm really disappointed in the people more so than my picks.
You're blaming the
there's
people.
a couple.
You're blaming
Yeah,
the
there's
people.
There's a couple picks on this this
Bruh.
total list that I do wish I made. I wish I would have got Baldur's Gate. I wish I would have got Alan Wake, but I didn't. I think I got the next best games after those two, though.
Okay, I mean your average Metacritic score is higher than Matt's, so
Yeah,
you didn't buy like total trash, I guess.
I think every game on my list is quality. I don't think I got anything that's like S tier, awesome game though.
Yeah.
I did solid.
Okay, you did solid.
Yeah.
And the numbers
Yeah.
reflect that. The numbers reflect that. They really do.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody have any observation on Chambers' shit here?
I think my one takeaway is that Chambers loves Mario, and he got two of the best Mario games that came out this year. So
And
That
Mario is
definitely bumped the score up for
the
sure.
best
Yeah, two
game
Mario
character
games.
in
Two
the
Mario
world.
Yeah.
games. That's true.
Hard to beat.
It's a big year for Mario, honestly. So.
oh yeah.
All right, the big boy. We gotta talk about Orion's picks here. So
I got a problem with this.
Okay, okay, you got a problem with
Man,
it.
I haven't
Orion's
had
picks or
Yeah, we need a
Chambers?
big boy.
Yeah, who's picks?
Orion, not Orion's, or not
Okay.
Chambers, but like, you gotta at least factor in the spend of Silk Song into the cost effectiveness because he spent money on that,
Well,
Yeah.
and that was like we did talked about that being a risky
Metacritic
pick.
score of 0.
Yeah,
yeah, but
I-
you can't Metacritic score that 0, otherwise
that's
the
fine.
average
But it
gets
goes
thrown
into his
way off.
cost effectiveness.
I assume that the reason why,
But it doesn't have a point.
which, by the way, I spent $80 for Silk Song, so it was just like a flyer more than anything. But I'm assuming that he didn't put it on there because it'd probably break the metric or something. I'm not sure, but
Well,
I'm not arguing about it. It
I
was
didn't
a
know. I
speculative
did not
buy.
know how to calculate it because
Well, the
it doesn't
worst
have
game is a
point.
game that you can't play.
I'm with
And
Mick.
that's what that
on
is.
this one. Yeah, and who knows if it's even coming out in 2024? Damn,
Oh my
Tim.
God.
I think you just lost.
Who knows
Okay,
if it
well-
will even be good?
Okay, so
Yeah.
even if
Yeah.
Tim goes to 0 here, his cost effectiveness. Wait, this would be a divide by 0 situation, though, wouldn't it?
So
One,
the
make it a
score
one.
Change then.
Make it a 1.
Make it a 1. Make it a 1.
Wait, Metacritic's the game didn't even come out though. How
Actually,
can you
give it a -1 because it's not even out yet.
Okay, so he paid $80 for a point. No, guys, that's
The metric
this
is
why-
broken.
this is why. This
Alright.
is why we can't factor in Silk Song in this particular way. Or we could
Look,
take
okay.
we could take the average of everything here on the Metacritic score and say that Silk Song is that.
Wait, what?
What?
Oh,
No.
you mean the average of my?
I think you
scores?
should
Is
just
that what you mean?
divide. Well, one, his average Metacritic score should be divided by 5, not 4.
Oh,
Yeah. That.
Oh, okay.
Look.
Wait, no, but okay. The problem is we don't know what to score Silk Song.
I
That's the
do.
problem.
It didn't come out.
Yeah.
But it's not a 0. It's not a 0.
This was an
It's
auction.
a-
He spent money to get a return. He got no return. That's a 0.
but it's a-
$80 out of a $1,000 budget though.
This
It's
is
not that
stupid
much.
to not penalize him
it's
in
not-
some
Matt,
way,
Matt,
and we're
Matt,
penalizing him.
it's not 0. It is undefined. That's a different.
Put it as 1 then. I don't care.
But that's not. It didn't get a 1 though. It's undefined.
But
50.
how do we? So you either put it as 1 then for me, or Orion just loses the whole thing.
Listen, I love how Matt's trying to take me down when I got the game of the year for $75.
Yeah, dude. Okay, let's just let Orion do his thing and talk about
All right,
what happened here, and then we can
Look.
debate Silk Song. Okay?
We could, yeah. I'm happy to debate Silk Song, and again, it was just a speculative buy for $80, which ironically I spent $5 more for the speculative buy
Stop
on
clicking
Silk Song
around.
than Baldur's
Who's
Gate.
who's messing with the sheet?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know who's doing that.
Matt.
But anyway, he's trying to
Dude,
change
just-
my score.
Just lock the sheet, bro.
Yeah, I gotta lock the sheet.
View only.
Yeah.
So
Lock it up.
So there's a couple things that stick out to me. Obviously,
Oh.
Baldur's Gate 3 was the game of the year. It scored a 96 on Metacritic, and I got it for $75. So I don't know what you guys are
Fucking
thinking.
insane.
I didn't think that it was going to be the cultural phenomenon that it was and be one of the greatest RPGs of all time, but it definitely was worth more than $75. So you guys all missed the boat there. The second thing that sticks
Can I
out
say
to me-
something just to like why I didn't go for it as hard as I should
Yeah.
have?
Sure.
When I hear the name Baldur's Gate 3, I think of a bunch of fucking sweaty ass like neckbeards in their mom's basement, like
Yeah.
getting no sunlight, no friends, no nothing, like not even senior boys in fucking New Mexico or whatever. So I thought this game was just going to be a
Hey.
sweaty nerd fest, and I was wrong.
guy.
I'm willing.
But
I'm
it
willing to
also
admit I
was
was
that.
wrong, but
But it was that.
So-
yeah, I was.
So
On this
counter-
high key.
Counterpoint to that, Baldur's Gate 3 was made by Larian Studios, the makers of Divinity: Original Sin 1 and 2.
Great game.
Those
'Cause
games
everyone's
are
played
great.
that.
Yeah,
Great game.
those games.
I played them.
Yeah, those games are great. I don't know if
Yeah.
they scored as high as Baldur's Gate 3, but they had the Baldur's Gate IP, Dungeons and Dragons, and basically used their formula to make one of the greatest role-playing games of all time. I obviously didn't see that coming, but I thought it was going to be a pretty good game. So $75 though, anyway. So the other thing that sticks out to me is the average Metacritic score, which was for me 87.25. I think 6 points, about 6 points higher than Chambers, which was the next highest score. So I picked all winners, baby.
Yeah.
I got Starfield 83. Now, okay, so
Picked
real
all
quick about-
winners. The man's game didn't come out. The man's game didn't
Sit-
come out.
It wouldn't have even been.
It probably would have
I
been
mean,
even
it's
better
barely,
though if it did.
Yeah, it's barely a
But it didn't
discussion.
come out.
Didn't come out. What are we
It's
talking
barely a
about?
discussion as it is with the
Oh
fact
my
that
God.
Silk Song didn't come out. But if it did come out, it would be even more over the top.
But it didn't.
And it didn't, but I got so Starfield
Shit,
was
man.
it didn't get Starfield was the one that I spent the most money at, $390. I didn't get a high of return of investment there, but I'm gonna defend that pick because it came out I think in September or something. For the last 2.5, 3 months, this is the most divisive game that's come out in probably the last half decade to a full decade because people had such high expectations for this game and either people loved it or absolutely hated it. And there is just like endless content about this game on whether people love it or hate it. People are still, I think the user score is quite a bit lower than the Metacritic score, but just the divisiveness and the conversation alone just makes it worth the purchase price that I paid for it.
Yeah, he really
And then
defended that one.
Yeah, Armored Core
What?
6, 86.
The game is
Metacritic-
so bad that it's worth it.
It's
gotta
not.
say,
Though. Either people
on-
love it or they hate it, and it got a
Because
better score than
controversial
Payday 3.
games are good games.
On Starfield, it is pretty
That's a weird
insane
point.
that it got an 83. I think I will say that.
That is a really high score. That's a little too much.
That's
It's a high
disgusting.
score.
Yo,
You're
and
right.
Payday only got a 67.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That's-
saying. That's what I'm saying.
That's
and
criminal.
I think the other thing too, Bethesda games have a long shelf life because Skyrim is like the most heavily modded game I think in the history of like all games. That game is like over 10 years old, and there's the modding community there is absolutely ridiculous. The modders are kind of going away from Starfield right now, but I'm sure they'll come back at a certain point and they'll make that game awesome, and build off of the
Okay,
base game.
okay,
So-
okay. I think
So
you raise a
anyway.
cool point. You actually raise a cool point there because in 2033 you'll officially win this auction.
Oh,
That's
really
incredible.
Oh no, I'm winning it right
Congrats,
now,
bro.
baby, just based off of
Lucas,
Baldur's Gate 3
screen's
alone.
not
But
sharing.
I'll get to my
guys-
I'll
you guys
get to
have
the
it,
other
though.
ones now. So
Well, the
so
viewers,
Armored
though.
Core 6 average Metacritic score of 86. It won Best Action Game of the Year. That's another winner. And then Forza Motorsport, whatever the current iteration or number or name of it is, at another average score of
You don't
84.
even know your own
So-
game.
What? Did you play every single game that you bought, Matt?
Yes.
Wait, no, you didn't.
Actually,
Matt. You admitted
That's
that
a lie.
you
I
did
just
it.
realized. Yeah, I
you
just
just-
realized.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
You didn't play Sonic.
I'm still just upset with how this is being scored. Orion lost. It's that simple.
Okay, hang
But-
on,
but-
Matt. Let's. Okay, Tim, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say,
Yeah,
Matt.
yeah.
Even independent of Hollow Knight Silksong, which I only spent $80 for, it wasn't like I spent 200. Wasn't like I spent 250, 300. It was a speculative buy for $80. And if you look at the other games that I bought, the average Metacritic score is 87.25. So
I hear
it's not
you,
like
and
you
I
could say the
agree on the speculative buy. However, you made a purchase to have this game involved in here, and like the fact that we're not involving the
Yeah.
the Metacritic score as an average, like the fact that it didn't come out, you didn't get a return. It's not NA, it's 0. It's non-existent. It's not there.
When we
No.
recorded the original podcast, when we auctioned these off, it was the point of like why people did or did not bid on this is because we saw it as a risk.
Yeah.
That if
Yeah.
it didn't come
So-
out, there
Well,
would be
That's what I was
like
about
some
to
sort
say.
of penalty for
the
that.
risk is that you spent money on something that doesn't exist, which he did, but
and received no penalty for it.
But the cost effect, he did receive a penalty. He had less capital to work with during the auction. That was the penalty.
well,
And it wasn't like during the actual
I
episode,
disagree
you're like,
with
okay,
because we're evaluating
three-
it now, though, and like
3 months later, we're gonna have a very specific metric that if Silksong ends up not coming out, then it's gonna break the metric. We didn't even discuss that. Look at the other games on the.
there was an
on-
implied
that I
social
purchased.
contract.
Here's
that
the
this would
here's
be a penalty. if
Okay,
it
okay,
didn't
okay.
come out.
How about this? You have a contract for a player for $3 million. Let's just use the same number, like just $80. And you just don't
$80
start
for
that player. He's just on the bench. The player
Yeah.
did
The
not.
player
get-
doesn't exist.
Well, the player didn't
DNP.
acquire any stats, is what I mean. So you can't
like
measure.
he tore his Achilles like first minute of the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
So
like
the-
training camp. Like
that
he's
play,
not even
yeah.
there.
So the player went a full season. Like you don't say like, oh, that team, like they effectively like they're that person had zero average, 0 points, 0 rebounds all season, and therefore the
Ooh.
Lakers like
Talk-
spend
get
on
him-
that guy
get him,
per
Tim
point.
Rose.
Yo, I got. But on the flip side of that, the money spent on that injured player that doesn't play goes against the fucking cap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
All right.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. He had less capital to work
So,
with.
yeah, okay. I was
I
proving
had-
somebody's
I had-
point. I don't know whose,
All right.
but I just
made
it
my
just sounded
point.
smart for a second.
All right.
Listen, I just want to sound smart,
He deferred
guys.
the money. He deferred the
Listen.
money.
Let me just say one more thing.
yeah.
Okay, we'll factor
Just
in
cook.
all your guys's opinions and everything like that. I'm gonna come up with a new metric. This metric is called total nominations and awards from the 2023 Game of the Year.
I have that on my
the
side
video game awards.
spreadsheet.
Okay, so Baldur's Gate won Best RPG, Game of the Year, Best Multiplayer Game, Best Voice Performance, and
You
Best
don't
Community
understand,
Support.
though. I'm not talking about
Nominated. I know you're not, but this is my
Guys,
metric that I'm
guys.
coming up with.
Hey, remember when I said about
no.
Baldur's
Game
Gate 3,
direction.
like making people super sweaty and like annoying and shit? Like,
The point is
It's
that you
happening.
can come up with an entirely different metric where we come up with who has the most nominations and awards out of the 4 lists, and my list blows all your guys out of the water.
Yeah, that's
Well,
that's
okay,
true.
but look at what I don't see those nominations.
And we're talking
on here.
about Hollow Knight Silksong. Who cares?
I care, 'cause
Matt. Okay, what is a reasonable Metacritic score to give Hollow Knight Silksong on the theoretical like list here? Because it can't be 1. If it's 1, that
Fine, 50.
50.
I would say it would it would have to be a low score, but not not something that is breaking like a 1. Like probably like would you
Here,
say
without-
Matt? What
without
what
even
about,
looking
like,
at
lowest-
it-
the lowest
Guys.
score?
Wait,
Even
hold on. Without
25.
even
Well-
looking at it, how about subtracting 10 from Hollow Knight 1? How about that?
Sorry, what?
Okay.
Whatever
that
the
would still be
Metacritic
like,
score
I think
for
that's like
Hollow
an
Knight 1
80.
is.
Why don't we
I'm
just?
pretty sure
yeah.
that's an
What?
80 on Metacritic.
yeah,
Not
why-
then.
so-
Because
Subtract
Hollow
that.
Knight,
Hollow
1
Knight,
came
Hollow Knight
out.
1 has 90.
Wait,
Yeah.
that's
It
not
also
how
is a
this
game that
works.
has come out and you can play. That
I think
we
we're
can't-
arguing the dumbest fucking point ever.
This is
known.
the
I just want
stupidest
to
argument
win.
ever.
I just want to win.
This is so stupid.
This isn't.
It
I
doesn't
wanna
matter.
win.
You
Making
guys
a
are not
point.
going to win because he has the better Metacritic score. Period. You guys will not beat him in terms of
Well,
quality.
if we're focusing on that on quality.
Wait, how
yeah.
could he comment? Oh, Matt's on the freaking TFP. Okay, Matt has permissions.
Look at that. Give it a 50. All of a sudden, damn, 79.80 average. Mm-mm.
It's so higher than mine.
Silk Song, worst game ever. Shittiest game of the year.
Yeah, I think
There
I
has
think
to be a penalty. The game literally didn't come out.
I think to be fair,
Yeah.
I think the most fair is actually kind of what Tim said, which is to take Hollow Knight's Metacritic score and subtract 10. Just
No.
like,
No
to give it to
way,
everyone.
bro.
Yeah,
How
it's
is
the
that
sequel.
fair at
We're
all?
taking
At
the
least
sequel
20.
and
At
we're-
least 20 if you want to do that. Like there's no way. There's no 20.
Okay,
no,
but like,
50
okay.
is fair.
I
Chambers,
just think
Guys,
this is
can
such an absurd
I
argument.
request one thing? We're obviously arguing to win, and I respect it. It's part of like what we're doing. But if we take our bullshit hats off and think like gamers, do we honestly, in our heart of hearts, thinks like a Hollow Knight 2 is going to score that much lower than its predecessor?
No, it's going to be Game of the Year for 2020.
No, but
And
it
it's
didn't
probably
come
gonna
out.
be
We
higher.
don't-
It didn't come out. That's-
though.
But this
That's
is
the
all a
point.
fucking speculative exercise
But
anyway.
yeah, exactly, Matt.
So,
something
I don't-
something not coming out is like shouldn't break your entire. It doesn't break the entire system. Like
yeah, look at all the other games that I picked also, and it was only $80 for Silk Song.
Like
look
Matt,
at the list.
what you're saying is basically like if someone bought something on spec, they go bankrupt. That's what you're saying.
I think I am saying that. Yeah.
But that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense, Matt. You know
I don't
that doesn't make
understand.
sense.
He bought a game, and we're averaging out the Metacritic scores of his games, and you're dividing it by 4, not 5. I don't understand how you can do that. If the game literally didn't get a Metascore.
Because it's an undefined value. It's not a 0. So it's not included in the average.
You guys would have more of a point if I spent $300 on Silk Song. You could hold that against me, but $80? Come on, you guys.
Yeah,
But like, if that was also the case, the original
we-
point stands.
do
You would
we-
have only had $700 for games that came out.
Do
this
we have
year.
like a finance bro friend that can?
It's Matt.
Find a
Matt's the
solution
finance
for-
guy. And Matt, if you buy
Okay.
something on spec, you don't go bankrupt. Unless he didn't buy like a call on it or a put. He just bought it cash.
I feel like it was a call though. He was buying a future contract to see how the game
Yeah.
performed. It literally was a
No,
call.
no.
It literally was a call.
No, because there's
He was
no.
buying-
Matt knows his calls.
He was buying.
No, he's
Uh,
buying a stock.
He was buying
he's not
a
buying
contract
a call.
to see how it performed. No,
no,
no, no.
he's
Wait.
buying a stock, Matt.
No,
He's
this
buying
expired 2023. This game comes out 2024. This is a
I
fucking
got the
contract that
game
went to
of the
0.
year for
I
$75.
don't give a fuck. I do not
Come on.
fucking care. You bought a contract that
Jesus
expired at the end of
Christ.
2023. This game's not coming out this year.
And therefore, everything else is voided? Are you
Yeah.
nuts?
Hold on.
That's how
Matt.
it works. Lucas said,
Hold on,
get
can,
out,
can I,
bro.
can I bring up a
That's
point?
not
Because
how
I think we're just
Okay.
arguing in
Here
fucking
I am.
circles. Since we're playing what ifs and hypotheticals, everyone could have just get that fucking game. Tim could have paid $80 more for Baldur's Gate 3, and he would still like have like the most critically acclaimed lineup. I won't say he has a winning lineup, but on Metacritic's metrics, it would still be the most critical successful lineup. So
That is fine, but we're looking at. I see average Metacritic score highlighted, and for me, man, I'm even being generous by allowing 50 on there.
I appreciate your generosity, man.
How about this? To move forward, because we got to move forward. We're going to have 2 versions of this. Matt, what do you want your version to be?
Two realities.
oh my god.
Sorry, of what exactly?
Of just what do you want me to write in for the Metacritic score for Silk Song?
I mean, on a personal level, I think it should be 0, but I understand why everyone thinks that unreasonable, so I'll go 50. I think that's
Okay.
a fair split.
Okay.
And can I just say that with one caveat? Can we have a separate metric created to combine the total number of nominations and
Yeah.
winners from the Game of the Year awards?
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on,
I
you
think
guys!
highlight-
Wait, I thought we
That's-
hated the game of the.
I have
year.
those
I thought-
metrics if we do.
I thought we hated
He
one of
still
them.
he
Into
still
that.
beats your total cost effectiveness, Matt. That's the
Not my
irony.
Metacritic
Yeah.
score, though.
Okay, so okay.
Alternative
Got me by a
facts.
couple.
But you can't, Matt. You can't review something that didn't come out. That's like there is no score. So this is all completely. This is even more BS than like call put logic because there's no
nah.
dollar value.
If I
There's-
was doing full call put logic, man, that'd be 0. I'm being very generous.
No,
right now.
but it wouldn't be 0 because there's no the contract has although the contract has expired in 2023. There's no dollar amount on the contract.
There
so
is.
like
It's $80.
there's no but the value. Okay, that's how much he bought it for. but the value
So
of what
you
it
literally
is.
said that was perceived value earlier. That's the perceived value of the game is $80.
The perceived value of the game is $80, but the value of the game has not been like assigned. There's no value for the game because there's no
For the-
score for the game. It's not 0, it's not 50, it's nothing. That's my
No,
point.
it's 0 because this is the 2023 auction review.
No, it's
and
it's
this
not a
expired
0
at the end of
because
2023.
the game did not get reviewed.
If this was 2023 into 2024, I think if we're looking at it as cold hard logic, I'm right. If we're doing the charitable approach, you're right. But objectively, the way
But-
this was framed was the 2023 games.
But in your cold hard logic way, if somebody bought a game on spec, no matter what it was, their average Metacritic score is effectively going to be half of whatever it is, or like a fifth of whatever it was subtracted, because of the way averages work on Metacritic average. So if we were to use cold hard logic like that, it's completely destroying the value of anybody's average Metacritic score for simply buying a game on spec that didn't come out.
Yeah.
Okay? Okay.
I'm willing to move on. I'm gonna let my games speak for themselves. I do think that it's a little unfair that one caveat to a game that never released for $80 was the main conversation for a list that I feel like I did a pretty good job of getting really good value on a lot of the games, and the games ended up being really good. But let's move to Timuron because
Okay.
we've spent way too much time on this.
Highlight. Go for it.
I was actually going to add one more quick point as a potential solution. The way this spreadsheet's set up, if that's cool. Total, like we don't have a total of how all the scores of each of our like confirmed games are divided by money spent, and that would give us the overall dollar per point. Like,
Say that again.
Orion, can I edit the sheet or no?
Oh, I
No,
see
I
what
can't.
you're
That's great.
saying.
So like,
I see what you're saying.
so Tim spent 940 points for Starfield,
Yeah.
Armor Core, BG3, and Forza. If you average the totals together, we'll get a final dollar per point.
Okay.
So that I think will help reflect a non-existent score, more money spent, and like how the cap or whatever. Like he did pay more for nothing, and I think that's how it'll ultimately come out.
That's genius. That's genius.
Yeah, that's why I was dissociating for a good 5 minutes at the
Okay.
end there.
Yeah.
Was because
Okay.
I was like, there's a way to figure this out, and you guys
He was in a
aren't it
cable.
right now.
Yeah.
My
So
eyes are
Wait, so
still
what are we
rolling in the
doing?
back of my head from that explanation. So
Okay,
but,
okay.
yeah.
So basically he's saying take total dollar amount spent and divide it by overall points received for Metacritic. And that's actually the dollar amount.
yeah, do
Okay.
it the other way. Do
Oh, so
the
it'd
dollars
be
divided by the score
940
because it's
divided
dollar
by
per
349
point.
in Orion's case.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Genius.
wow, dude. That was crazy. Okay.
That's gangster.
Okay. So, hang on.
Wait, I
so
don't think
cool.
that's right though, right? It wouldn't be 0.37. I think he'd come out to about 3 point something roughly.
Okay, let me
So on average, Orion spent $3 and change per point of all of his games.
Right.
wait, is that right? Equals
Yeah, so
dollars
it should be
divided
equal. Okay, the formula should be equal C34
There it
divided
is.
by
There it is.
B34.
It's $2.
So 2 points. Oh, so it's not even $3 a point. Orion spent $2.69 per point at the end of the day, at the end of the auction.
So Matt had actually a lower effectiveness score. Wait, hang on. The implications here.
No, lower
Okay.
would be better. That means I spent less per point
the
in this
implications.
case.
No, this actually still makes sense. This means that Tim
Yeah, Matt-
has a higher
Matt
average
crushed it.
Metacritic score, but Matt has a lower total cost per point. Okay.
And that's
So my
why I
point-
think
yeah.
Matt's is
Thrift.
the second best list.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. Let me do this with Timuron and go ahead. Highlight. Talk through your thing.
Dude, I've been struggling to figure out what to say. I think my auction just wound up becoming the fucking chaos list. It's a mix of top shelf liquor and the plastic bottle shit you get at Trader Joe's when you're a broke college student. Some I'm not surprised by, like Spider-Man 2, I definitely overspent because I had my spider boner. Still do a little bit. It's not as hard, but still a little chubby. But I definitely overspent considering the score and the lack of wins it garnered at the Game Awards, I do believe Game Awards is a metric that we can look at. So, Tim, I'm in your corner there. Fae Farm, I didn't realize that the cost spend was cool. Like, I got a 76. I haven't heard anything about this game. I don't know anyone that plays it, but I was happy about that. Mortal Kombat 2, I thought was a solid buy. 83, 125, 83 Metacritic score. I spent 125, which was $1.50 or $1.5 per point. Pikmin 4 was actually my probably biggest surprise because I'm not a Pikmin head. I just know some people like it, and apparently enough people liked it where it won Best Sim Game, and it had an
It's a sim
87,
game?
which is
Yeah, it did
according,
win best
according to
complex
Jeff
sim.
Keighley.
Yeah.
According to
What
Jeff
is it
Keighley,
simulating?
it's simulating the
No,
sweet,
I'm not
sweet,
mad at
sweet
you.
like embrace of death.
It won best strategy sim game.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
what
it's
it
a
was.
strategy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then looking at my list in total, it's kind of hilarious how I drop off so fucking hard. So in my Five Below, Big Lots, Walmart dollar bin,
Dollar
I
bin,
got
dude.
Detective Pikachu Returns, which got a 66 on Metacritic, Madden 24, which is a 65, NBA 2K, which got a 68, and I'm not surprised because these yearly games are high key ass on it at this point. Like they're copy paste, like with very minimal tweaks. Mine's a more. I don't know why I went for it. This was a true like fucking moment. I think.
Yeah, $10 for that.
But 17 cents per point is a damn good value. I gotta admit.
That's why
That's why it's called the dollar bin.
It's not bad, yeah. And Just Dance, I was actually surprised it got a 72 to be honest. So, thanks to the dollar bin, I definitely won the frugal draft. And you know, I can make an argument that my list has something for everybody in the family. Like you can have a big group over and you'll have something that'll appease somebody. I can also argue that I really went a fucking bro route. Like the games, like the gamers I'm annoyed at by right now that want Spider-Man 2 to sweep all the Game Awards are the same assholes playing Madden 24 and 2K on the regular. So I'm also a little ashamed that my list represents a demographic of gamers that I'm currently really annoyed by. So if you want to see my thoughts on Spider-Man 2 and all this shit, go to our Twitter because
Just check out the Twitter.
it's
It's crazy.
been annoying as fuck hearing people bitch about Spider-Man 2 not winning anything.
Good look at
So at the end of the day, I'm going to be the first one to say I probably took the biggest L in terms of quality. And not even probably, I definitely took the biggest L. If you take
objectively.
objectively,
Yeah,
if
and
you
one
take
also
like,
one of your games didn't come out.
and one of my games didn't come up, but I don't think anyone's clamoring for Toxic Commando, bro.
Matt, you have any comment on that?
Nah, man. It's
No,
on.
we
But-
figured it out. We figured it out. We don't need to open it up.
But
Embrace
I know how to spend my motherfucking money when it comes to value. So,
Yes, sir.
you know, I'm there at fucking Ross and TJ's Maxx and Marshalls, fucking killing it. I'm picking up my Nike like off-brand for like $5.
You went to Goodwill,
So-
bro, and you dug through the bins, and you actually
did. I
You
did.
have the lowest cost effectiveness by like a lot, basically.
Yeah.
But at the sacrifice of having far below the average Metacritic score as
Yeah.
well. So
Which is
This-
74. It's like I'm trailing by at least like what 6 points, and my total like score, if we total all the scores on all my games, is 666, and I can't say I won or Jesus won't
Yeah.
like me anymore, and I can't have that. So,
So-
not
We were
before
all-
Christmas, not before Christmas.
so go ahead, Chambers.
If we were all like trading stocks or something, Timron would be the person who's like buying and selling like failing companies, like Washington Mutual or something,
Pretty
or like
much.
flipping penny stocks.
So the best average Metacritic score belongs to Orion. Okay,
Clearly.
with an 87.25. We all could just agree on that. Like he has Armored
Yeah,
Core,
yeah.
Baldur's Gate 3, Starfield, and Forza. Those all got
Yeah.
really, really well reviewed. The lowest Metacritic score is obviously Hyalette, like we said. You actually did have a 90. I mean, Spider-Man 2's a 90 Metacritic score.
It's
Kinda
yeah, and it's
crazy.
not a bad game, and we've talked about that at length. But
Yeah.
at the same time, it's not a Baldur's Gate or
Yeah.
something like that.
Chambers had the second highest Metacritic score by a small margin at 81.25, but he overpaid basically for everything.
I did, and I honestly feel absolutely slighted by the Metacritic score. I will accept defeat in this at the end of the day, but I am very upset about the Metacritic score for Payday 3 because that did not feel like a 67 of a game that I played.
It
like
also
a
has a
75.
6. It also has a 6 out of 10 on Steam.
Really?
Ooh.
Yeah.
The Steam heads don't know.
It's okay.
I played it.
So
I played it on.
But
I
who
played it
does
on
know?
Game Pass.
Yeah, who does
I played it
know?
on Game
Like, who's
Pass.
supposed
What
to?
does open critic say? I wonder if open critic says something different.
Is that a different?
Aggregate thing.
Yeah, it's like similar
Database.
similar aggregator to
I mean, if it's pulling the same data that
see.
Metacritic is, it's probably not going to be that different.
Yeah, it's
The
probably
user
not.
reviews are also
Chambers.
really bad for Payday 3 too, though.
I don't-
Chambers. You're not
okay.
gonna be happy to hear this, but Open
Oh,
Critic
no.
has it at 64. Sorry.
What?
I tried.
Yeah.
I tried.
Man, I have bad taste
It
in
has.
games. I guess
It
I
has
don't-
the user score is actually even.
I think
lower.
I have you
It's a
beat there, Chambers. I
3.1.
think you're.
I don't
safe,
need
bro.
it. Don't. I don't need to
Oh
hear it.
yeah, the critic. Yeah, the
Holy-
user score is even lower.
We
Yeah.
don't need it.
Yo,
We don't
I'd
we don't
rather pay
trust-
Payday 3 than fucking Madden. So.
Pretty all right
don't
basic
have that
over
gameplay,
me.
yet the game's design is far worse than Payday 2. The number of guns and other gear is underwhelming. The AI is laughably bad.
I'd like to know what Payday 2 was at launch because Payday 2 had no, like dead ass. Payday 2 had a ton of content drop over the years, tons of
Yeah.
missions,
Yeah.
upgrades, guns. So like, if we're comparing the final product of Payday 2 to Payday 3 now, I think that's a little
That's what I'm
unfair.
saying.
But if
Exactly.
Payday 2 at launch was better, then okay, I got no argument because I didn't play
Yeah.
Payday 2 at like the start of it.
Payday 2 is an accumulation of years of content
Yeah.
drops and stuff.
You should have bought Payday
Like
3
10,
next
10 years
year,
of
then.
support.
It isn't. It's not going to come out next year.
Okay, well you overpaid, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, at the
I
end of the
did.
day.
It was a,
I did.
Yeah,
I
you
did.
overpaid.
I have money. I gotta spend it. You know?
and Matt's right here in the middle, I suppose, with total cost effectiveness of $2.08, so $2.08 per Metacritic point. Average Metacritic rating of 80.17. So you and Chambers are actually really close. You're behind Chambers a little bit, which, looking at what you got, I think really Sonic and FC24
On the
just-
Metacritic score, but ahead on the cost effectiveness.
Yeah, exactly. But
Yeah.
the Metacritic stuff makes sense because Sonic Superstars and FC24 are just those really tanked.
They were
Jump Kits.
destined to be ass. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
those. If you just didn't get those, I think your score would be a lot higher.
Yeah.
I really like Matt's list, honestly. Like Assassin's Creed Mirage, I mean, that was, kind of like a half-baked Assassin's Creed, but Lies of P, Phantom Liberty, Alan Wake 2, like those top three, you could put that up against any of our other top threes, and it's like way up there. Those
Yeah.
are all fantastic games. Honestly,
I'm
Lies
stuck
of
on
P
the
should have gotten a way higher score. Those three are like your banner three for sure. Lies of P should
Honestly,
have gotten a better
too-
score. I don't know why it didn't.
On Phantom Liberty, I think there's something I mean, granted, you have to pay for the base game, yes, but like on this like expansion alone, it was like what, $30 or 25, and it's like an extra 15 hours of content right there. Like there's a lot of value in
Wow.
that too. So
Okay.
So is the
and I
length of
think
Next time we'll do
Spider-Man
dollar
actually-
per hour.
crazy?
Dollar
Well, right.
per hour.
Concurrently
Yeah,
with
we
the
know.
expansion, they also released like a huge patch that fixed like almost everything like in the base game and made tons of changes too. So
Yeah.
it's
It's like not even the
I
same
want to
game
play it.
anymore.
That'd be-
I have it. I want to buy. I want to buy the expansion. I haven't had time. I haven't had a chance to play it, but I would love to play that game.
Oh, yeah, man, you'll
I've
love
heard
it.
nothing but great things. Great things.
that'd be a fun category next year, like a side category. Like we'll get the time to beat
Yeah.
scores, the average time to
Oh.
beat, and then weigh that against the cost or the.
So how much game are you
Dollar
getting
per
for the
Another
dollar.
money?
metric.
Oh
For
my
your
god.
money,
Okay.
yeah.
This is just gonna get.
So for an MMO, is it just an infinity sign at that point, or
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Are we cool to wrap it up here? Did we successfully talk through civilly in a civil way? Talk through.
It took us a while.
Yeah, it took us a while.
I don't know about the
Right?
civil part, but we
Yeah.
definitely got to the end.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Thank you everybody
It
for
was- it was
joining.
fun.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a good time.
We still
I
love
think
each
we-
other.
Yeah, we do.
Exactly.
We do.
I wouldn't go
That's
that
all
far.
I've gotten on an episode in a while.
Yeah, that was Matt was freaking out, dude. Yeah,
I had fun.
yeah.
I know.
Matt had a
Lastly,
temper tantrum like Patrick
we-
Mahomes.
I did,
Dude.
bro.
It was incredible.
Before we go, I did want to talk through and plug our social media channels, Matt, because we've actually been posting some really, really fantastic content, and we've been streaming.
We have, yeah. So everyone, as always, you can find our Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram at TFP Podcast. That's at TFP Podcast with an S at the end. And then as well in the link tree on any of those social media handles, you can find links to our website, thanksforplaying.live. Keep a lookout. We actually have some pretty exciting written content coming out there soon, so keep a lookout for that. And then in the link tree as well, you can find a link to our YouTube channel as well. Subscribe to that. We're going to have some videos coming out soon, as well as highlights from streams that we do and just live streaming as well, so check that out. And of course, you can check out our Twitch, Thanks for Playing Podcast. I think it's Thanks for Playing Pod, or is it Thanks for Playing Podcast?
Thanks for playing pod. Thanks for playing pod.
Thanks for Playing Pod on Twitch. And of course, shoot us an email, thanksforplayingpod@gmail.com. Best place to reach us is Discord. You can find that in the link tree on any of our social media handles or the link to our website. You'll find the invite there if you just click the little Discord icon. Any last words, anyone?
That was all I had, man.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm Gucci.
All right, everyone. This has been. Thanks for playing. Catch you next time. Scooby-Doo-Bop.